These 90s toys should really make a comeback. It's been 30 years since the 90s kicked off. While some things have certainly improved, faster internet connections and more TV platforms, there are a few relics from the past that are due for a comeback. That wave of nostalgia has already hit the TV universe in the form of reboots, but it's time for classic toys to have their day. From Pogs to Polly Pockets, these are some of the best toys of the 90s that are ready for a relaunch, so a new generation of kids can take in all they have to offer. Tamagotchi. Sure, there's probably a smartphone app out there that allows you to take care of a digital pet, but it will never compare to the Tamagotchi. Released in Japan in 1996, this toy was an immediate hit, entertaining kids for hours on end while also teaching them the importance of responsibility. And it would teach those same lessons if it were to be released today. Pogs. Pogs, aka milk caps, named after the juice company that created them to seal its drinks of passion fruit orange guava, proved that even the simplest concept can be made into an engaging game with the right design and easy-to-follow instructions. Since they featured everything from cartoon characters and colorful graphics to band album covers on their exterior, half the joy of playing with Pogs was to marvel at their eye-catching designs. There's no toy quite like Pogs on the market today, and in the era of trying to cut down on screen time, these could be just the right game for kids to adopt. Skip It. The Skip It was all the rage on playgrounds in the 90s, and for good reason. Serving as an exhilarating way to get some exercise, blow off some energy, and improve coordination, it was a gift to kids and parents alike. While a modernized version would require a safer design, so the ball on the end doesn't hurt when it hits kids' ankles, as it did in the past, this toy would be a great way to get kids up and moving. Bop It. No 90s kid can forget the sound their Bop It made when they didn't tackle the next action fast enough. Nevertheless, this toy served as an addictive, in a good way, activity that got the whole family engaged in the action. Newer models showcase even more options beyond the standard Bop It, Twist It, and Pull It commands, but this 90s style is a great place to start. Devil Sticks. While the Devil Sticks origins have been traced back to the 1800s, it was in the 1990s that this item became a bestseller in the toy aisle. The simple concept of catching and flipping one vibrant stick with two other sticks in your hand can easily catch on with kids of all ages and generations. However, a more inviting name might be a good idea before they reboot. Balancing Birds. Forget fidget spinners, balancing birds, that could also spin around while balancing their beak on your finger, were the hot ticket item in the 90s. The mesmerizing and educational quality of these birds would be ideal for 2020 kids who could benefit from a toy that allows them to unplug and relax. Furby. Cute and cuddly, Furby was one of the first tech-integrated toys of the 1990s. While the Furby already spoke its own language, Furbish, it could learn several English words and phrases as well, including the always endearing, "I love you." Millions of Furbies were sold in the 2 years following its release. With a refreshed design and some new features, Furby could certainly make a comeback as a must-have. Polly Pocket. Polly Pocket proved that great things often do come in small packages. Less than 1 inch in height, these miniature dolls and their miniature accessories could all be packed up into a miniature home. Today Polly Pocket appears to already be in the midst of a comeback, with a TV show sharing Polly and her friends' adventures and new 90s-inspired Polly Pocket items available for sale. Tickle Me Elmo. In 1996, people would do anything to get their hands on a plushy Tickle Me Elmo toy. Mobs emerged in stores and a toy black market popped up. Sellers were offering them up in 1997 for $1,500 when they retailed at about $30. The engineers at Tyco initially intended to make a laughing monkey toy, but when that failed to reap success, they teamed up with Sesame Street to make Tickle Me Elmo. Cheerful and fun, this toy could easily incite the same reactions from kids today since Elmo remains a beloved character in books, TV shows, and movies. Beanie Babies. A smaller version of stuffed animals, Beanie Babies were a beloved toy in the 90s and a collector's item. Their compact size made them a perfect toy for kids to carry around, and the poems on each animal's name tag added to their charm. While they might not be worth as much as collectors once believed, these toys are still cute and an ideal size for smaller kids to easily carry. Talkboy. When this toy first appeared in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, it wasn't a real item available for purchase yet. However, after seeing the buzz surrounding it, Tiger Electronics quickly went to work. The Talkboy could record and replay audio, and slow or speed up sounds as well. Sure, it doesn't have the bells and whistles of a smartphone, but this device would show kids how recording works and give them a chance to engage in some old-school fun. Game Boy. Before there was Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox, there was Game Boy. While this device only had a few simple controls and lacked the graphic capabilities of today's video game products, it was portable. The early Game Boy also had an extensive list of compatible game options to choose from. Younger gamers today would likely enjoy seeing where the inspiration for some of their current favorites originated, and they might find the pared-down structure an extra challenge, too. Spice Girl dolls. Each Spice Girl doll was sold individually, but many avid fans collected them all. The set included Scary, Posh, Sporty, Baby, and Ginger, all dressed in their signature outfits. Since Spice Girls songs are still frequently played on popular radio stations and music streaming platforms, these dolls would be welcomed with open arms by a new generation of fans. Talkback Dear Diary. Like a Palm Pilot for kids, the Talkback Dear Diary initially became a bestseller after appearing in the hit movie Clueless. On the device, you could schedule things, set up alarms, take notes, and use the calculator. Parents looking for a way to keep their kids off smartphones until they're older would probably appreciate it if this tool came back. Plus, it wouldn't require a monthly fee or internet access. Michelle Tanner doll. Given that Full House might be just as popular today as it was in the 1990s, thanks to a resurgence on streaming platforms and syndication on TV, this doll would likely be just as big of a hit today as it was in the past. The Michelle doll was made to look like the character, played by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. When given a hug, the doll would say Michelle's catchphrases, including, "You got it, dude." Slap Bracelet. Jewelry and a game all in one. This stylish toy was found on many a wrist in the 90s, and half the fun of it was putting it on. A new generation would be thrilled to have this enjoyable accessory in their arsenal, but, while it's available in a wide range of prints and colors, its design should be reworked to be softer on the skin. Velcro Ball and Midset. The Velcro Ball and Midset could be found in several backyards throughout the 90s. This game allowed kids to practice catching and throwing a ball with a little assistance from their old pal Velcro to get the hang of it. This set remains a great tool for any young kid working on their athletic skills. While it appears that a few models are for sale on the market, it could benefit from a fresh advertising campaign to regain the momentum it had in decades past. Soccer Boppers. Soccer Boppers were like a large blow-up version of boxing gloves. Kids would put them on and bop one another with their soccer boppers. This toy in its initial marketing might not fly with parents today, as they might worry about it promoting fighting. However, if the soccer boppers were simply to wear and play with, forgetting the punching aspect, they would be a hit. Hacky Sacks. More than just a miniature beanbag, Hacky Sack is a complete physical game. Initially popular on college campuses, the game, which involves keeping the sack in the air by juggling it off your body, soon trickled down to kids and youth of all ages. This activity, which calls for a great deal of coordination and physicality, is something kids today should pick up to get moving, and it's affordable, too. Koosh Balls. While the Koosh Ball became a best-selling toy in the 90s, it was invented in the late 80s by engineer Scott Stillinger. While playing catch with his kids, Stillinger came up with the idea for a small ball with rubber ends that is easy for small hands to grab. The name comes from the noise it makes when it hits the palm. This fun take on a ball is a great fit for kids today, since it doesn't present any hazardous risks as some toys of the past might. Thanks for watching it. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos.